ain't really popping like me. He ain't really got it like me. He can get knocked off, I can get knocked off too, but you can get knocked off for free. I'm from VA, now I ain't MIA, but I still ride around with the heat. Still ride around white tee, still fresh fade every week. Still put your baby boy to sleep. Careful how you walk around me. This is no flex.
What is up, guys? This is episode 3 of the 395 podcast. It is me, the one and only Chandler Cole. A lot has been going on the last couple weeks. I've not done an episode. I had the flu. It was probably the worst sickness I've ever had. Thought I was dying. I got through that. And then, last week's just been crazy. So, I decided to do a Q&A for all you guys. And I will do some of the ones that are non-fight related first, and then I'll get to the ones about my fight. I feel like that's a good way for me to go about this. So the first question that I'm going to answer is, I got asked, what is my favorite school to substitute at? I know some of y'all don't know, but I substitute for Wise County Public Schools, and I substitute all over the county. My favorite school that I have substituted at would have to be L.F. Addington Middle School. I just really like the people over there. All the schools I substitute at are really good, but at L.F. Addington, those kids are they were awesome. Especially the group that was there like 3-4 years ago. Tremendous kids. I know that I'm not famous, I'm not special or anything like that, but to them, they thought I was the coolest thing since sliced bread. And every day I came to school, someone was asking for my autograph or something, and they just really looked up to me, and I thought that was awesome. So that was definitely the coolest school that I ever substituted for. And it's really good to see those same kids that I used to substitute for and see every day. It's really good to see them striving in their day-to-day life, as such as, like, you know, their football team done really good. A lot of those kids I substituted played a big role over there at Central High School. And then, of course, they have a track star over there. I substituted him. You know, just a good group of kids, a great group of kids. So, L.F. Addington is my favorite school I've ever substituted at. Okay, on to my next one. Let's see. This next one is a pretty deep question. I'm not going to get real into it. I'm just going to give my take on it, and I'm going to keep it very simple and try not to offend anybody. I know that's hard to do nowadays, but yeah, it was asked to me, so I just feel like I need to answer it. What is your thoughts on people who say they are genderless and say they were born into the wrong body? Like, what type of body are they supposed to be in? I feel like this is one of these questions that I prefer to be asked, because it's not about fighting. It's something that I really get to give my take on. So I feel like people who truly have no idea what they're supposed to be, I feel like it's just like an imbalance or of like hormones or something. I don't know. I personally don't know. It's a hard question to answer because I'm not trying to offend anybody. I just feel like those people just have something going on upstairs, you know. If they're born and they think that they're supposed to be a different sex, then I definitely, who am I to say that that's not real, you know? I'm sure there's doctors and counselors out there that would tell you that that's definitely possible. So I'm not going to sit here and say that that's not possible. I don't know. It's just I think that they have some type of chemical imbalance in their brain, or like a hormone, something. I don't know. I guess that's the best way to answer it, is I don't know. I do feel like it isn't just for show. I do feel like, you know, that people just don't do this to for attention. I feel like there's something wrong there. And I feel like it's not our place to judge them. I feel like it's our place to worry about ourselves and to worry about ours. You know, everything that involves us. Worry about your bills. Worry about your job. Worry about stuff like that. Don't worry about what's going on, on social media. Don't worry about that stuff. Just focus on the stuff that really matters the most. So that's my take on it. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Instagram questions because they were pretty funny. Let's go. Alright, let's see what we got. We got all kinds. Okay, so I'm gonna answer some of these because some of them got kind of crazy. So the first question that I got on my Instagram, which is at Chandler Cole MMA, go over there, give me a follow, I'd really appreciate it, was best way to gain weight. Okay, first of all, the way I gain weight and the way you probably gain weight are completely different. Because see, I look at food and gain 10 pounds. So I can't really give you advice on how to gain weight. I feel like if you're a smaller person, the best advice I have is just eat everything inside. If you're trying to pack on muscle and stuff, just taking a lot of carbs, I guess. You got to be eating a lot. You got to be taking a lot of calories. I do know that. Just, yeah. If anyone out there knows the answer, put it in the comment section because clearly there's people out there wanting to know. And I just look at food and gain weight, so I can't really give you the whole spill on that. Okay. The next question was, what's your mental training consist of once you get a fight? Once I get a fight that really excites me, or one that I'm like, okay, like it's go time, my mental is really just to focus on doing everything right. I try to, how do I put this? I try to forget that. How do I put this? It's one of those questions too that you just don't know how to answer. I guess my mental goes into fight mode. That's the best way to put it. A lot of people say I go ghost. A lot of people say that I start acting different. But unless you've been in there, a lot of people don't understand. Like, you're training to fight another man. You're not. This isn't. You're getting ready to play Fortnite or Apex and you get another life. Like, you go in there and you take that risk. And to me, I'm such a winner mindset. So I hate losing more than anything. So my mindset just goes on that winning. Like, hey, let's get to training. Let's focus nothing on the fight, and let's do what we're supposed to do so we're ready. So that's what my mental consists of. So what my mental training consists of once I get a fight is just realizing that I need to get the job done. So what am I willing to do to get that job done? So okay. Next question this is about MMA, but there's a couple questions from this guy, and they're really funny. So, was it hard to go from training for sports in high school to training for MMA? It kind of was, because wrestling is 3 2-minute rounds, which is 6 minutes. And then when I started MMA, it was 3 3-minute rounds, which added 3 more minutes to it, and you're getting punched in the face. So that was one thing that I definitely had to start training for. And you go from fighting, wrestling boys like in high school to fighting grown men. So that was another thing. It was a big deal. It's kind of, it's weird because luckily I started off on the right foot and I picked up a win right in the beginning. And I just had really good coaching, really good training. So yes and no. It was hard for like my first couple training sessions, but once I picked up, I knew I was a good wrestler, and it carried over. So the next question is, I heard the guy that you are fighting in May is a big A-B word who don't want the smoke. Apparently he does wants the smoke. He runs that mouth enough, so I think his tail is wrote a check that is, or his mouth is wrote a check that his tail can't cash. So I guess show up May 23rd and find out. That's the best way to look at that. So that's what I'm gonna say about that for now. Not answering that one. I'm not answering that one. Okay. All right, this is a good one. Evan Bellamy versus a tiger. Who would win? Tigers are ferocious, but so are my boy Evan, and I would never pick against them. So I'm gonna say Evan Bellamy. Should I start training to fight with you? listen, anyone out there, if you want to train, I literally do this. I work out or do some form of training every day. So if someone wants to get up and just drill or do something along those lines, all you gotta do is ask me. I would love to work with anybody. That's funny. You show me how to F people up. Is it hard being a dad and a bad A? No, not really. Being a dad really just came natural. When you have a kid, it's just for me it came natural to love that little girl more than anything. So and I love fighting and stuff. I'm not gonna call myself a bad A, but yeah, I guess I guess that's what you'd call it. The next question is favorite NFL player. My favorite NFL player is Tom Brady. A huge Patriots fan, have been since 2003 when they played the Panthers in the Super Bowl. That was a big thing in my childhood. People can say I'm a bandwagon, but I've been on that train since 2003. It was the first Super Bowl I remember watching. I was 8 years old. So it is what it is. I don't care. Tom Brady's a man. So one camp you could train out of, what team would it be? If I could train at any team, I would go to AKA with Daniel Cormier, Cain Velasquez, Luke Rockholm, just those guys down there. I think Daniel Cormier could really show me a lot in my game and pick some things and really help me. I think I could pick his brain and really turn into a fighter like he was. Probably not. I'm not going to say like he was. I think that's disrespectful when you say that you could turn into the fighter like he was. But I think I could benefit from training with him. That's what I'll say. Other than Ferguson, who at lightweight do you think has the best shot at beating Khabib and why? I thought Dustin Poirier was going to give him a fight. That didn't go as planned. Conor got starched. Tony Ferguson might give him a good fight. I don't know. I hope someone comes along that gives him a good fight, though. I guess I'm like a part-time hater. Not really, but I like to see good fights. If Khabib, he's on that track right now where if he stays undefeated, that's good. That's good. But if someone comes along and turns it up, I ain't gonna complain either. Okay. Next question is, when is Chandler the Hammer Cole gonna make his professional wrestling debut? For some of y'all that don't know, this right here, that's the People's Champ. That's the belt. That was a gift to me actually, and I thought it was cool, so I put it in the video. But now let me make this clear. The person that asked me this was Josh Strong. He is the Rated R champion, which is like a regional promotion. Let me make this clear. If I decide to do professional wrestling, I will strive in it, especially in the regional level. And I don't know why Josh would ask that, because if I decide to wrestle, all the hype that's behind him will that'll come to an end. There's a hype train on him right now, but that would change if he ever ran into the Cole train, and it is what it is. He knows what happened last time we grabbed a hold of each other, so he better hope I don't ever decide to get into professional wrestling, which I do plan on going and training some with the WWE Hall of Famer Ricky Morton. They've invited me down there, so I do plan on getting up with them. But Josh, I think that's a silly question, and for your own success in this sport, just you better hope that our paths never cross, because I'll take everything you ever worked for. So, with that being said, I got some questions on Facebook I'm going to answer for all the people. Okay. So, the first question is, why don't you fight more often? I try to fight as much as I can, but a lot of times, like this year was the first time I'd fought like late in the year, like in November. I try to not book fights while I'm coaching, just for the simple fact of I feel like if I'm getting paid to coach, and I love coaching. Coaching is my favorite thing to do. I feel like I need to focus on that, and it's just hard for me to take a fight and dedicate myself to that fight if I know that we have like districts, regions, state coming up, and it leaves a bad taste in my mouth to even think about fighting maybe in like January or something right in the middle of the season, and I feel like it takes away from kids because I feel like the impact I have on a kid's life is very important, and I try to be a good influence to all these kids. So that's why I guess I don't fight often, especially during the winter time. I know I fought in November, and a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, I wish you would fight." Well, I'm fighting in May, and then I plan on taking some more fights. But I do have like some news I'm gonna drop at my fight that I plan on doing. It's a long time coming, so just stay tuned. Big news dropping at my fight, and it's something that should have been done a long time ago. So I may be on the shelf after this fight and taking some time off. What are your future plans for fighting? The plan is still the same. UFC. I got to represent Coburn, and I've been saying it since I was 18 years old that was the goal. So that's still the goal. I'm staying true to it, and I still want to be in the UFC. I know I got to make some changes, and I really got to start picking up a lot of like my training and stuff. So that's still the goal. It's still the future plan. Just live with like my daughter and stuff is just happening right now, and I wouldn't change that for the world, but that's still the plan. If Harper whoops your AWS, what's the next move? If I lose to Jeremiah Harper on May 23rd, I retire. You heard it here first. I promise you, on everything I love, if I lose to Jeremiah Harper, I will not fight again. I don't need to fight again. And I think everyone who has seen this guy fight would say the same thing. Yeah, so Dylan Stout, that was your question. That's the answer. If Jeremiah Harper beats me, I retire. I don't want to fight again. I just won't have I will have no desire to fight. None at all. So, was you embarrassed when Harper tapped you out? First of all, that garden gnome didn't tap me out. I don't know why he's been even posting that. I don't even care no more. He blocked me. He blocked me because he couldn't talk the smack with me. So I was getting under his skin, hurting his feelings. So it's whatever. He didn't tap me out though. And I don't care what he says. I'll even offer to do a lie detector test, and as soon as I said I would do it, he blocked me. He's a clown. He has people messaging me, telling me like, "Hey, Harper told me to check your account out. I just thought you should know." And I was like, "Man, tell him everything I post. That stuff don't matter. I want him to see it, or I wouldn't post it. That's the whole point. I post it to get to so he sees it, so he knows like on May 23rd. That's the goal. The goal is to take his blood, wipe his face, and use it as war paint. Use it as war paint. I'm gonna put it all over my face. I may even taste it, just to see what it tastes like." That guy's in for a beating. Y'all don't even understand. There's levels to this, and he's not on mine. I'm not the best fighter in the world. There's a lot of stuff that I know I need to work on, but he's not on my level, and he knows that. We've trained. He knows what's going to happen, and he can't do nothing about it. I think he knows he dug himself a hole. That's why he blocked me, because he knows that he can't talk crap with me either. So it's cool. And there's more questions about Harper, so we're gonna be talking about him a lot. I don't know why everybody tries to get under my skin, but I just think it's funny. You see the smile on my face. I think it's funny. So, has being a father affected the way you prioritize fighting and training? Absolutely. Before I started, or before I had my daughter, I think that I was constantly, doing something. I was constantly doing something, but, it's hard for me to go to the gym sometimes and be working out, because it happens on some days. It does. Like when I get off work and then I go to the gym, that's 12 hours plus however much time I put in the gym. I don't get to see my daughter, and it messes with my head So I try not to. Holy cow! I don't know what. Okay, I try not to do that a lot because I know it'll mess with me. So yeah, it really has messed with my fighting and training. It does. She's perfect, man. My daughter's perfect, and I love her more than anything. So it is what it is. Are you afraid of Crazy Harper whip your AWS in the cage? No, not worry about it. It ain't gonna happen. You heard what I said. If he beats me, I retire. So it is what it is. How can I listen to your podcast on YouTube? I have a YouTube channel, guys. Come on now. Y'all should know this. Do you think you will fight at a lower weight class again? I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to leave it at that. Yes. Will we ever link to do a podcast? That is Charles Philpott, who I'm going to give a shout out to right now. He won a big fight up in Columbus. It was supposed to be at the Arnold Classic, but because of the coronavirus, they canceled the Arnold Classic. So he got to fight up there in Columbus still. I don't know where it was held at, but big win, dominating 2 rounds, came out 3rd round. You know, he was a little gassed, but so was the other guy. And he ate some shots because, you know, I guess he was just like tired, so he didn't really want to exert a lot of energy. So I mean, he took some punches and ate that stuff. Mouthpiece went flying. He still took some punches, took a knee, and still ended up taking him down, dominating 3rd round. It was 30-27. One judge scored at 29-28. He's out of his mind. That's the problem with judges. That is the problem with judges. I mean, it's ridiculous. So Brandon Hale asked some questions, but I'm not gonna respond to those because he's an idiot. Love you, Brandon. Okay, last question on my Facebook, and then I'm going to give some shout-outs and stuff, is after seeing you bench over 300 pounds several times, there's no doubt that you're a strong person, but you have gained some weight along with that. In your opinion, is it being a faster or a stronger fighter better, and why? It just depends. They go hand in hand, so, I mean, I think that you need a little bit of both. You can't be weak as water and just be fast and expect to win fights. But I don't think you can be super strong and be slow and be a good fighter. You just gotta do a little bit of both. I think that for a big guy, I move pretty well. So one thing that I've always wondered is how it has felt to be super strong. I've grabbed a hold of some people and oh my god, and I've always wanted to be stronger than I've always been, but at the same time, I do want to get in shape. So I feel like there's an equal balance that you have to maintain. You have to understand where that's at too. And I think benching 300 pounds for me isn't really impressive because I know a lot of people. I met a lot of people that bench press 400 or 500 pounds. And they weigh like 220 pounds. So I think that's really impressive. What I'm doing right now isn't impressive. So I don't really think I'm strong. I think I'm just doing weight that I should already be doing. So I think that I need to have a mixture of both. I need to be strong and fast. So I think they both play a big role. And holy cow. That's all my questions. That's depressing. Okay, real quick though, I told my friend that I would give him a shout out. So I'm gonna go to my messages and see the name of the guy he's fighting. So I just want to give John Cook a shout out. He's fighting for Empire Fight Series at the Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville. He is fighting Sean Solomon, who on April 4th, and the guy's a UFC veteran, and he also wrestled at the Ohio State University. So, shout out to John. It's a big fight for him. And I've always said that John's one of the best people I've ever trained with. Super strong, super fast, and just very technical on his feet. And he's hard to handle on the ground. So I think he has all the tools to be as good as he wants to be. I love that guy to death. I think he's a big inspiration to me, and he was even when I was younger, and I wish him nothing but the best. So shout out to John, and best of luck. I hope you win your fight, man. I love you to death. Guys, that was all the questions. It took me 25 minutes to answer them. So if and this is one take, one go. So when you see me stopping and thinking and stuttering, and it's because it's on the fly. These answers are on the fly. I try to keep it as original as I can. That is why if you see me stop and think, sometimes you gotta stop and think before you say some stuff. You can't just go crazy and pop off like Jeremiah Harper, Big Baby Harper. I'm sure and listen, I can't see anything he puts, but I know that he keeps tabs on me, so he'll watch this. And I think he's a clown. I think Jeremiah Harper is a grade A USDA certified clown. And I think that he has really got himself into trouble this time. And he knows that when we fight, that this isn't going to be like one of them, I go out there, take you down, and beat on you. Ref stops it in the first round. Each shot's going to count. I will take him into deep waters, and I will drown him. That's the goal, and that's what's going to happen. It may sound crazy. People may say, like, oh my God, he's not right in the head. It's not that. But this guy literally has said some of the most disrespectful things that anyone could say. He told me, I remember me and him was arguing back and forth. He said, you better give your daughter kisses because you may not be able to kiss her after. Actually, he was going to come meet me. That's what he said. He was going to come meet me and find me. He got mad at me because I called him a liar because he is one. And he was like, you better give your daughter kisses because you're not going to. I got just crazy stuff. Just crazy stuff. So that stuff really pushed me over the edge. And that's when I started really talking crap. So I just want to clarify for myself. If any of y'all watch his stuff, he says that I started talking crap because I was scared and I was hoping that he would back out. That's not it. That's not it at all. And I will say this. He made a podcast and he made the comment that he blocked me because he didn't want to do something crazy because he's taking care of his grandfather. I will be first person to tell you that I have the utmost respect for that. My grandmother had cancer and I had to go to chemo and stuff with her. And I think that it's one of the most honorable things that you can do. And I totally respect him for that action. The other stuff he does, he's a clown. He is a clown. And if you can't control your temper, if you know that you got that type of responsibility in your life and you can't control your temper, then there's something wrong. And Jeremiah, if I know you're going to watch this, I just want you to know that as far as that goes, I respect you. I think the fact that you take him to chemo and stuff is very, 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 very great. And that's one thing I respect you on. Everything else, I don't respect your fighting skills. I don't respect your grappling skills. I don't respect your striking skills. I don't respect nothing about you. I think you're a nuisance to the MMA community, and I think that buy a ticket. Buy a ticket. That's all I can say. Buy a ticket and be there May 23rd. And that is all I gotta say about that. And yeah, guys, that's really all I have to say. I hope that everybody will like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me someone you want me to bring onto the podcast. Do all that stuff, guys. I'm new to this. This is new, but I gotta, if I make these videos and I get 0 views, then I'm not doing anything. I have to talk about what the people want. So the Q&As was for y'all. It's for y'all to ask me questions and for me to answer them. And for me to give back to y'all. Like, I need to give answers to the people. I know they have them. I just gotta give them to y'all. So with that being said, I hope all y'all have a great week, and Team Cole. And thank y'all for watching the 395 podcast.